Hello, and we're back. It's Tuesday Truths. I'm Andrew White, and today's bite-sized clip comes from my chat with the amazing NBL legend, Lanard Copeland. All the way from Melbourne Tigers, he's royalty part of Melbourne Tigers' journey. What an incredible dude. And we get into the real stuff behind the points. The grind of being undrafted, the discipline it takes to keep showing up, and that word that keep coming up, or the feel of the conversation is look. Lanard's take is powerful. Look might open a door, but you've still got to be ready to walk through it, you know? And most of the time, you make your own look by putting yourself in the right positions and doing the work when no one's watching. Anyway, tomorrow's part 2. We go deeper, the emotional side of the journey, life transitions and mentorship, and what it really takes to find purpose after the game changes. Anyway, here's Lanard with Tuesday Truths. Go back with part 1 if you missed it, and here's a little snippet of what you might see tomorrow as well. Enjoy. Before we dive in, I want to give a big, massive shout out to our now new proud sponsor, Eshu Skincare, a brand that truly aligns with leading our own way. This Australian-born company is dedicated to keeping skincare simple, effective, and straightforward. They've made waves in the US, even landed in Macy's and over 300 stores, and now they're back with a renewed focus on healthy skin and real results. If you want authentic skincare that fits your lifestyle, check them out in the show notes. Thanks to Eshu Skincare for supporting real stories and mental fitness on leading our own way. And if you're interested in sponsoring like Eshu Skincare, drop us a message. We'd love to connect.
When I got cut from high school, it lit a fire in me. So now I'm on the courts in the neighborhood taking it personally.
Yes.
It wasn't like I was out there working on my game. Like now you see a lot of videos where people are working on their game, they're dribbling a lot or they're shooting a lot. I just played, and we played every day. Like there was no internet, so you're not in the house. There was no cable TV, so you're not watching television. When we talk about being on the court for 6, 7, 8 hours, we did that because that was all there was to do. We didn't have video games or anything like that. Back then, that was in 80, that was 84, 85, okay? So there was nothing else to do but be on the court if I wanted to be on the court. And I played, and there were 6 or 7 of us, and from our neighborhood, we'd go to other neighborhoods and play other neighborhoods. Or we'd go to this neighborhood and play, and they call us the West End Boys because we lived in the West End. West End boys are coming to play us on Sunday, or we're gonna play you guys on Tuesday, and I was out of school, you know, so once I got cut from that high school, I took it personally. What am I doing wrong? Why can't I play? Why I played football, I ran track, why am I not good enough to play basketball? And sort of playing every day, wasn't training, it was just playing every day, got me to that level. And when we went up to that tryout at Georgia State, there was 36 guys. I tried to dunk everything. Now my thing was fly. I could fly. I wasn't a great shooter. I couldn't handle the ball great, but whenever I got that ball close to the rim, I'm going up on you. And I put a couple of dunks together. And I remember we weren't on the regular floor where we played the games. Georgia State had a campus where they had an indoor track, and they had 4 levels. And so we were on 3rd floor was the basketball court. The 4th floor was indoor track, but they had volleyball up there. They had badminton or whatever, but then they had 2 goals on the walls. So it was a much longer court, okay? So it was so much more longer than 94 feet. So we're running, and I just remember being in such good shape. I just ran and ran and ran and ran. And the guys would kick the ball up, and I'd dunk it. A guy would throw it up in the air, and I'd dunk it. And the coach used to chew a cigar. His name was Bob Brownhart. He used to chew a cigar. And he sat there. There was no chairs around. He sat on the floor, him and the assistant coaches. And I dunked one so hard one time, he was really impressed. And and every time I did something, I'd look over at him just to see what I was doing. And I knew I had a chance because I was probably the standout. Me and one other guy were the standout. All the other guys were good, but it was just about me dunking the ball, and whenever I dunked, everyone would go make noise. So I knew I was a standout. And then after that tryout, the assistant coach came up and said, be at practice tomorrow. And so I'm thinking, how does that tie in with me? I had no idea about college and scholarships or none of that. I didn't know, man. I didn't know. And he said, be at practice tomorrow. We trained from whatever time. And I said, okay. I said, I'm trying to find out what it meant. And all the other guys that were on the team came up and gave me 5, like, well done, well done, well done. And I'm thinking, what's happened? What's happened here? And then he goes, come in the office, we'll have a chat. And he said, look, we're gonna give you a partial scholarship. What does that mean for me? That meant we'll take care of your books, and we'll take care of your books and some of your tuition. And so for me, that was fantastic because now my mom and dad didn't have to pay for my college education. But then the next day, he goes, listen, we're gonna do the whole 4 years. We're gonna give you a 4-year ride.
Love that.
So I had to explain it to my brother, who didn't explain it to my mom. You ain't got to pay another penny for these 4 years. Everything's taken care of, books, tuition, and we didn't have campus. We had apartments off campus. So I got my apartment, everything's done. So my mom thought I'd hit the lottery or something. Like, what is going on? How do you go from now working at Atlanta Journal-Constitution to now a 4-year scholarship in college?
That was in my head.
Yeah. I started my first uniform. My first basketball uniform was a Division I college basketball uniform. And here's the thing. This is what I don't tell people a lot. And I'm sharing this with you. I still didn't know the game. I mean, I played in the streets, man. I played in the streets. So when I got to my college basketball team, I had to learn the rules. The rules on the street are different than the rules in a Division I basketball team. As far as traveling and
fundamentals
and 25-second clock and all this kind of, I had to learn all that. I had no idea about that. A young kid picks this up under 10s or under 12s and they know it and it comes up through. I've never played any of that. My first team was Division I college. So I was behind the 8 ball more than anybody. And that's why I'm amazed at what's going on here. I didn't know the game. I didn't know that the 30-second clock was going to go off. I didn't know you had to get the ball over in 10 seconds. I didn't know that. How else am I going to know that?
Did they know you didn't know that?
No, I got myself through it. I learned the game as I went through it. Because
stress.
Who else is going to be on a Division I team and not know the rules? But no, my story is so much different than everybody else's because you're not going to make a Division I team unless you started at a younger age and you come up through the ranks. There was no ranks for me, nothing.
Yeah.
So
right to it.
Yeah,
so
right to it. And so for those 4 years, I got myself through it and learned the game. And that's sort of why I think I didn't stick in the NBA. I honestly believe this in my heart. I didn't have enough time because I didn't know. I wasn't that guy who would go work on his game and go in and get these 500 shots up. I learned all that in Australia. You know what I mean? Had I known to put that extra time in NBA, I promise you I would have been there a lot longer. Because I walked onto an NBA team. So the talent was there. The talent was there. You don't walk onto an NBA team. 2 teams I made by walking on. You don't walk onto an NBA team off the streets. I didn't get drafted. The talent was there. It's just maintaining that focus and doing the right thing by getting in the gym, working on my ball handling, working on my shot, getting in the gym, lifting weights. I knew none of that. I didn't know it. And so I learned it. And that's probably why I excelled so much in Australia, because I got with people that got that done and it became a part of me. In the last game of my career, and I swear I probably should have still been in the league, I got this massive dunk. We were playing against Charlotte, and Larry Johnson, he used to do a commercial, Grandmama, used to wear a wig.
Yeah, I watched Larry in New York.
Right, and he had the Converse shoes, and he used to dunk, and he used to wear a dress.
Yeah.
And I've been looking for this tape for 30 years, and I can't find it. And I don't know why, because I know the game, and I see the stats. I got the stats on my phone when I played, my minutes, the points I scored. Well, anyway, Larry Johnson's getting back on defense, and they kick it up to me, and I'm coming from the wing. And I don't know what Larry was thinking about, as if I couldn't dunk. He didn't know me. but he stood there and took a charge, tried to take a charge. No one takes a charge in the NBA. I dunked the ball so hard. This is my best dunk, I think, of my whole career. I dunked it so hard, Larry went flying back. I came down on my knee and sprained my knee, but I walked off. I was fine. I played. It was like another minute to go, and I played or whatever. And this is how I know I dunked the ball, how good it was, because in the NBA, after every game, they give away a prize to the player who's player of the game. This prize was a $500 gold chain, gold rope or whatever. And they gave it to Ron Harper. And Ron Harper gave it, because Ron Harper played great. He had 30 points or whatever. And Ron Harper gave that gold chain to me. He said, listen, he said, for that dunk, this is yours.
Damn.
And we were walking out of the off the court, and we were going in the tunnel. And Ron Harper is giving it to Grandmama. You got dunked on by a rookie. He's just giving it to him. And Larry is a big dude. He wasn't going to back off. So there was some pushing and shoving, and security's running in. And I'm going, what the hell's going on here? It's all about my dunk.
You caused that.
And the next day I come to practice, my knee's sore, so I didn't train. We had shoot around the next day because we had another game. I walked onto the court, and the coach goes, I said, my knee. And the doctor said, nah, he can't go today. His knee's strained. So this was a time when the Clippers were the only team putting 1,000 guys on injured reserve. Like every other team would have 3 or 4 guys. The Clippers would have 9 or 10 guys on injured reserve. So I go into the locker room. The coach brings me over. He said, the general manager brings me over and said, look, we're going to put you on injured reserve, which means when you get better, you're back on the team. No problem. Get on the phone. Call my agent. Say, listen, they're going to put me on injured reserve. I'll be here for the rest of the year. I'm fine. Because I was worried about it. I swear it wouldn't have been 30 seconds. It would have been 15 seconds when I hung up the phone. Click. I get up. I walk out the room. The general manager grabs me and said, come here. He said, listen, we got a problem. The NBA are cracking down on injured reserves. We got to let you go. I went from there to there in 30 seconds. Get back on the phone, the manager just let me go. So, come home, rehab my knee, come home. And I think I played again in the summer league or whatever. And then I had a try. And then I had an agent got me a job. He said, listen, you're not playing a lot of minutes. We can try to get you back on an NBA team, but you'll be the 12th man. And the problem is you're not getting a lot of minutes. Mentally that blew me because I'm new to the game. I want to play, man. I want to be on the court like everyone else does as well. But you know what I mean? I needed to learn the game. I still had to learn. I'm learning as we go. I didn't pick up the game at 10 years old. I picked up the game at 18, 19. And I'm 21, 22 now. So I'm learning the game. It's coming. I'm learning the game. But I still hadn't learned the ins and outs and everything and how to shield a guy and how to get to the basket and end one. I need to learn all this. Well, I go to my agent goes, let me look, I can find you a job overseas. Go overseas, play for a year, play. Because you got 2 NBA years behind you. You're gonna play. You're gonna be the man, and then come back, and then we'll try for another NBA team. I said, cool, no problem. Philippines, and then Australia.
Before we get into that journey very quick, as I am aware that you have to go soon, just I understand the business side of it when it comes to it, but it's not like you're injured because you were training and or you got a minute here and there in the second or the third quarter. You finished on such a high. Did they not see? He's injured, but this guy's got fucking potential.
Of course. I was thinking, why wouldn't you? But because of the NBA, everybody's got potential. Every person on that team is a superstar.
But there's layers to that, though.
9 guys already in line.
Yeah.
In reserve.
You've just dunked on Larry Johnson, man.
But you got to understand.
The other guys hadn't.
Yeah, but again, in every NBA game, there's going to be something spectacular. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they got to lose this one to keep the NBA happy, then they got plenty more. And that's how the Clippers were. And so it all happened for a reason. And how else do you look at it? Again, as much as I love the money and love the fame in the NBA, I'm so glad I came here. I got 4 daughters here. I became a superstar here. I got a chance to play and get better and learn the game. So Jersey retired, Hall of Fame Basketball Australia Hall of Fame, not just NBL Hall of Fame. So I think at the end of the day, this is my journey, and that's what I'm happy about.
What you just witnessed is only a snippet of our amazing conversation this week. This is what Leading Our Runway is all about. Real stories, real transformation. If you're watching this before Wednesday, part 1 dropped yesterday and part 2 releases tomorrow. But if you're already here after Wednesday, all parts are available now. Head to YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts and every other major platform and look for the numbers on the bottom left-hand corner of the episode's covers to start with part 1. Trust me, you don't want to miss this incredible journey.